Endrick is the hottest Brazilian talent right now in the world, and there has been many clubs that do want to sign this player. Like, they're dying to have his signature and hope to have it within these next couple of months. Now let's keep in mind that once Endrick does sign for any club he does want to choose, he cannot leave Brazil or leave his team at all until he turns 18 years old. He is currently 16 years old, and by the time we do get into July 2024, that is when Endrick will be allowed to leave, because again, he'll be turning 18 years old. Very similar to what had happened with Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Neymar. So an agreement can be struck between Endrick and whichever club like 1 year before he even turns 18, which is why we are seeing so many clubs negotiate already with his agents and the family. So Chelsea recently has emerged onto the scenes, and it has been said that, according to many sources, that Chelsea have actually brought in the best project so far that Endrick has encountered. And we also do have other clubs like FC Barcelona and also Real Madrid who are very interested in Endrick. So we are going to be revolving around those three clubs because yes, Chelsea, Barcelona, and Real Madrid are the closest ones towards signing this player. And keep in mind, when it comes to these three clubs, these are three teams with very big similarities, meaning these three teams either lack a number 9 or they will lack a 9 in the very near future. You look at Chelsea, they don't really have a number 9 at the moment, and they operate without one, even though they have Aubameyang, but they do revolve around other players. We look at FC Barcelona. In the future, most likely we're not going to be having a number 9 if we do not make a move. When it comes to Real Madrid, they have Benzema, who is like 33, 34 years old, and very soon he will be exiting the club. So of course, these three giants are closely eyeing this player, and the competition is very strong for us Barcelona fans. Like, if we want to see Barcelona sign this player, it's going to be very difficult. Now, it has already been said that Barcelona met with the entourage of Endrick like 2 months ago, and Barcelona basically explained to the player that yes, this player here, right, and also explained to the agent that their client, and in other words, Endrick, does check all the boxes on what Barcelona is looking for. And then you have Real Madrid, right? In other words, the fan base of Real Madrid, they actually believe that there is an agreement between Endrick and Real Madrid. This has been the main storyline that has been going on in the past like 10 months, but about 10 to 12 hours ago, the father of Endrick did deny these rumors that there is no agreement at all between Endrick and any other club. It is all false news, which is very expected, right? Because the only thing Real Madrid like to do is like make posters about exactly what their projected front three is going to look like, very similar to what they did with Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, and Vinicius. A couple of months ago, they thought that was going to be the front three, and then recently they were trying to project that the next front three is going to be Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Endrick, when that is not true. So we all know how all of that went. It's just crazy that these Real Madrid fans believe in their own made-up stories. And so look, the father also gave out some hints on what exactly they're going to be looking for when it comes to like these clubs making their proposal. It's going to be revolving around two different things. Point number one, they're going to be depending on just how much the offer is going to be for Palmeiras. So whoever comes out with the biggest offer between Barcelona, Chelsea, and Real Madrid, that is going to check the first box. Now the second thing is going to be more about themselves. They're going to be looking at who has the best sporting project. Where can Endrick fit at the most, and where can he most likely be successful at? Now in my opinion, yes, like I am biased, I am a Barcelona fan, but even if I was not a Barcelona fan, Barcelona do have the best project to present towards Endrick. Because if they can tell Endrick that he's going to be playing with Ansu Fati, who is like 19 years old, Pedri, Gavi, all under the age of 19 years old, Alejandro Balde, Ronald Araujo, one is 19 years old, one is 22 years old. These are very young players that can stick with Endrick for a very long time, like for the very least 10 years. If Endrick knows that, and he knows that he's going to be with a team that will be with him for a long time, that is the first hint that will basically tell you, yes, this is the strongest project that I can enter to. So now let's move on towards the next phase of this video, and let's talk about why Barcelona must sign Endrick. But before we go into that, I do want to speak about our sponsor for today, and that is going to be the OneFootball app. If you guys want to see any more details regarding the Endrick operation or any operation regarding your favorite player, all of that is going to be compact within the OneFootball app. You can also follow your favorite team like Manchester City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, whatever it may be. You can follow those teams or those players in the OneFootball app with great articles. It'll keep you up to date immediately and live on your phone, and it is for free. The only thing you do have to do is click on the link down below. It'll take you straight to the App Store. You download the OneFootball app, set exactly who and what you do want to follow, and then you'll be set and done from there. It's a very easy process, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. And so now let's go back into the video and let's talk about point number one on why Barcelona must sign Endrick, and that's going to be that there is currently no answer after Lewandowski, right? We know that Lewandowski has longevity. We have yet to see the best version of himself. We have not seen the 2019 Lewandowski, but it will come very soon. But when it does, it's going to be for a very short period of time. It's not going to be like 4 to 5 years in his prime. It's probably going to be about 1 to 2 years. And by the time we do head towards that summer of 2024, when Endrick is 18, Lewandowski is going to be turning 36 years old, and it'll be very sad to see that Barcelona end up with just a 36-year-old striker, and they have nothing to back that player up. And so if we do not make a signing before Lewandowski does hit that age of 35, 36 years old, we are most likely going to end up running like Chelsea, like what Chelsea is today, using a bunch of different players that do not really devote themselves in the number 9 position. And it's going to be very difficult to replace Lewandowski because it does take a very long time. Look how long it took us to replace Luis Suarez. It took us about 2 years. So if Barcelona want to sign Endrick, it has to be as soon as possible and start planning exactly how Endrick is going to be implemented into this Barcelona squad. And then we can start the 2024-2025 season with a bang. And hopefully by that time, Endrick can play with Yamal and Ansu Fati and also Ferran Torres, whoever is going to be there in 2 years. Moving on to point number 2, and that is that the market is not too big for players like Endrick. And let me explain exactly what I mean. There's a lot of number 9s out there in the world that are young or like are in their mid-20s that Barcelona could get, but there are very few very technical number 9s out there in the world, very similar to like Endrick, because the fact that Endrick has shown that he can run at full speed and have close control with the ball and take down players, you do not really see that in the world of football. And to do something like that is very difficult, but also very special in the world of football. Like we talk about Darwin Núñez, could he do that? No, he can't. When we talk about Lautaro Martinez, Vlahovic, Kane, none of these players can portray a quality like that. They can score goals, but they can't do what Endrick has been showing. Like you can also say, what about Erling Haaland, Kevin? Erling Haaland is a great player who can score many goals. Erling Haaland barely runs. Like he makes very fast off the ball runs, but he barely runs with the ball and takes down about 4 to 5 players. He barely does that. Endrick can do that so easy, like cutting butter with a knife. So the fact that Endrick has shown that he can again run with the ball with very close control, kind of like Alejandro Balde in a way, that is special. When he does things like this in the final third, it really does remind everybody of El Fenomeno or Rivaldo or Henry, all players who have distribute qualities like that. So it's too good not to have, which is why I do say that the market for players like him is so small. If you miss on an opportunity like this, it's really going to hurt you down the road. And when you combine what Endrick has been doing and showing with top composure, top strength, then you just have a straight monster of a player in your front three. And I hope that Barcelona can do what they need to do to lock down the future of FC Barcelona. And one of those players that is the future, it is Endrick. So that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News, and I will see you guys in the next video.